16 months after assuming office as a special prosecutor, Kisie Jabin has yet to receive a salary and other benefits. That's not all. Exclusive documents available to joinees confirm, with the exception of the Deputy Special Prosecutor, all other staff of the office have not been paid, and so is the former Special Prosecutor, Martin Amidu. The Special Prosecutor is not happy, and he is warning unpaid staff could potentially be compromised, making the fight against corruption useless. The Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, is expected to appear before the Legal and Constitutional Committee today in a closed session to explain why the Special Prosecutor and his staff are not receiving salary. The Minority Leader, Haruna Iddrisu, is unhappy with the development. But first, my colleague Elton Broby joins me in studio as we go through the documents. It's actually on Zoom. Elton, first, what is the salary for the Special Prosecutor?
So, Aisha, the law that establishes the Office of the Special Prosecutor does not in specific term mention a figure, but the law says that the Special Prosecutor shall hold office on the same terms and conditions of service as a Justice of the Court of Appeal, except that the tenure of the office shall be non-renewable, tenure of 7 years. Now, if I look at the Professor Yaya Ntiama Presidential Committee on Emolument for Article 71 office holders, put the salary for Court of Appeal judge at 33,155. So we can assume that the Special Prosecutor is on the same salary because the law says that it should be paid the same as a judge of the Court of Appeal, 33,155. Now, what we are being told is that for 16 months now, the Special Prosecutor has yet to receive a salary. So if you put it all together, then the country owes him 530,480 Ghana cedis. That is just the salary. Conditions of service and others that count for the salary, we are not sure how government is meeting them. But in terms of his pay at the end of every month, from the day he assumed office in August up till now, he has yet to receive a salary.
Elton, why has he not been paid? Do we know?
We don't have the details yet, but correspondence we have intercepted. The one I'm holding right now is dated 24th of June 2021. This is from the Ministry of Finance, and he wrote this letter to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And in this letter, the Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, says that reference is made to Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, made reference to them to the fact that they should use some kind of a formula to pay the salary of staff of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And he also directed the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to ensure linkages between some provisions in the Office of the Special Prosecutor and that of the Ghana Police Service are, adhered to. Also establish linkages between the current Special Prosecutor and Deputy as appointed by Article 71 office holders. Now, this letter, we are told, should have taken effect from January 1, 2019, but from what we are hearing, it doesn't look like it's been complied with. So the Special Prosecutor works without salary. What we know is that only the Deputy is paid. The staff are not on any salary scheme. So is the outgoing Special Prosecutor, Martin Amidu.
So the Special Prosecutor has responded to this subject, has he?
In fact, he has. We have two correspondents, one dated the 10th of March 2022 and the other one 5th of October 2022. It appears that the letter that was sent to the Finance Ministry from the Special Prosecutor's Office dated 10th March 2022 is reproduced in the 5th October one because there was no reply. So the same letter finds expression in the 5th October one, in which Kisie Jabin makes some very interesting remarks. Here he says that the staff of the office bear the responsibility for and are expected to immense risks of policing, protection, and safeguarding of national security, investigation of suspected criminals, prosecution of suspected criminals, enforcement of production orders, search of premises, seizure of tainted property, custody and management of seized property. Now he says the overriding consideration is that the staff of the office should not be rendered worse off as compared to staff of other security agencies. And he goes on to say that if the staff of the office are poorly remunerated, especially as compared to staff of the other security agencies, we will breed corruption or corrupt staff at the office, and the nation cannot attach much moral importance to their actions, and we may not be able to insist on the expectation of integrity. And these are strong words that the Special Prosecutor in his letter dated 5th October 2022 addressed to the Finance Minister captors.
Elton Brobe with that statement. Now, the Minority Leader Haruna Iddrisu, who is member of the Legal and Constitutional Committee, tells Elton Brobe that development demonstrates the Akufo-Addo's government's lack of commitment to fight corruption.
Later, so the Special Prosecutor, we are picking information that he's not been paid since August, and I know that the Finance Minister was summoned to appear before the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee to respond to this matter. What is your issue with how the office is being run?
Incredibly astonishing. I just can't believe it that the office of the Special Prosecutor is simply not functional as was expected of the legislation that created the office as part of our collective quest to combat corruption, economic criminality, and graft associated with the abuse of public processes for private personal gain. I understand that Martin Amidu has not even been paid.
Throughout the period that he was Special Prosecutor?
Throughout the period that he was Special Prosecutor. He's not been paid. Since he's left office, what is due him has not been paid to him because the Minister for Finance is determining what the conditions of service should be against the law and the regulations that establish the institution. It simply means that President Nana Akufo-Addo from day one has never ever been committed to fighting corruption. He set up the bureaucracy for the finance of it, that I have an office of the Special Prosecutor to complement the Attorney General office in fighting corruption. In any case, which matter of corruption is before the court? Which matter of corruption is before the Special Prosecutor? Many of his persons that are being investigated, very little is heard about the outcomes of those investigations. Look at what happened at the Northern Development Authority. We are not seeing any action, even though we saw culpability in what occasioned loss of money to the state and many other matters before them. So one is not surprised. It is deliberate. It's intended to weaken the Special Prosecutor and to intimidate him not to live up to his calling. You know what justices of the Court of Appeal and what their associated privileges, facilities, and benefits are, and that must be given to the office of the Special Prosecutor. I appreciate the difficulty that Kisia Jabing is functioning in that particular office. It's estimated that Ghana loses over $2 billion to corruption every other year. Matters of misappropriation, embezzlement, misapplication of funds, we just have to get serious as a country in blocking the leakages, and we need the office of the Special Prosecutor to bite and to function much more effectively. I'm profoundly disappointed in Nana Addo Dankwa and his handling of this matter, and our Committee on Constitutional Legal will take up this matter much more serious.
But I'm told that you met the Finance Minister and you summoned him to appear before the committee. Yes, to respond to this matter.
The committee will do that today and report back to me.
But isn't this defeating the purpose for which the office was established? If you have the number one person charged with this responsibility and he is not paid,